Hey guys, we have Team Liquid versus Echo Fox. This is actually probably one of the most lopsided matchups in terms of macro, in terms of structure, in terms of how clean the team plays. I think TL encompasses everything that is professional, like they're a very well-structured team. They play very disciplined. They play a very singular style in a singular way very well. While Echo Fox is do random shit all the time and hope it works out. I actually can't even say what an Echo Fox win condition is. It would be like Phoenix or Apollo carrying. It would be them team fighting well, but a lot of the wins they've gotten, I feel like, is off of their opponents making a mistake and taking advantage of it. So some people are saying song coaching. I don't even blame song coaching. I think Rush and Phoenix are very hard players to get to play standard and actually listen. Yeah, TL games are super repetitive. So I did an interview with Jensen that's going to be coming out tomorrow, I think, or on Tuesday for people watching the VOD. We actually talk about how boring some of the games are. So Echo Fox banned Urgot All-Star Lucian. They left open Cassio. A lot of teams not banning Cassio versus TL. And TL first picking Israel this time instead of first picking Yorick, which they banned. Echo Fox replying with Kaisa Braum. I mean, as we talked about, Kaisa Sivir, one of the best things to pick into Israel. Then, yep, one team takes Kaisa Braum, other team takes Israel Tom Kench. Super standard way of draft going nowadays. Ooh, Silas. Yep, Israel Kench into Kaisa Braum. I love Jace right now. Jace requires a lot of work to actually make work, but when you do get all the work and you do make it work, it's such a good champion. It's early blindable, it's flexible, it has a lot of strength. Jace's weakness doesn't come from Jace inherently, but it comes from how hard it can be to play Jace and how much synergy there needs to be. A lot of the Yasuo bans going down now. Like, Yasuo is extremely strong on 8.3, so don't be surprised about the Yasuo bans. Or not 8.3, 9.3. Yasuo is an extremely, extremely strong champion right now. He can even be blinded, as you saw, like, being Yasuo played in bot lane, mid lane, top lane. He can be played everywhere. Very, very good champion. Let's see how Echo Fox replies. Okay, so Zoe Jace, that's already a poke comp. Jace top, Zoe mid, Kaisa bottom, poke comp. I actually love the solo choices for Echo Fox, Jace and Zoe versus a Silas. As a Silas, it's really annoying to play versus a Jace and a Zoe because their ult are near worthless. Oh, TL going for Orianna Seju, holy shit, Resident Sleeper. TL got a super teamfight comp. Which team do I think is the most versatile right now? Easy, Cloud9. Now, oh man, Zac. So, you play Zac when the enemy team has a lot of immobile champions, and you can punch them. So, an example of this would be when SKT played BBQ Olivers in Challengers Korea, and BBQ Olivers ran a lot of Orianna and Varus, and SKT read that they were playing a lot of Orianna and Varus, so they played Zac into Ori and Varus. But while TL is running a Orianna, their AD carry is Israel, and they also have Tom Kench. So it's hard to say that you should be playing a Zac into this. It's actually really wrong for them to be playing a Zac into this, in my opinion. Zac into a Tom Kench is not a feels good, man. I guess one thing good about playing Zac this game is because you're versus a Sejuani, you're not going to get pressured early. One of the weaknesses of Zac is if you don't have the strongest lanes, then you can be pressured early in the jungle and people can invade you and fuck you up pre-6. They have a Jace versus Sylas, so they should be able to get priority top side, so that's not that big of a deal. Mid lane is going to be somewhat even. The thing that's really awkward is just playing Zac into an Ori and an Israel. It doesn't really make sense. What should have they picked, in my opinion? Something with prio. Something that can snowball the Jace a little bit. Was the Lee banned? Because I actually think if I'm Echo Fox, playing stuff like Lee isn't bad here. Rush got his buff warded. Xmith able to do double crab. This early pathing wasn't the greatest. Oh man, this feels bad. If he dies here, it's actually super bad. Yikes, let's talk about this a little. So Solo's pushing up here, and he has his jungler close by, so he feels a little bit safe. And oh, let me read it. But Zac actually not there all the way, and Xmithy faster on the tempo too. So able to pressure him really hard. And this was such a good decision making by Xmithy to pressure this. You see he got Scuttle here, he got Scuttle here, and he has 1, 2, 3, 4 camps left. So naturally, after getting this Scuttle, Xmithy would be jungling like this, right? But instead of jungling like that, he switched up a little and he ganked top. So it would have been very, very normal of Xmithy to just jungle towards bot side, but he didn't jungle towards bot side. Instead, he went top side to punish Solo, and that was a little bit of a switch up, and it actually punished Solo really hard, forced him to burn flash, and now he's gonna have to burn teleport, and his wave is pushing away too. Damn, Xmithy actually played this so well. I also think, yeah, one thing that you guys are talking about that doesn't get talked about enough is Rush is playing pretty bad in NA. Like, he's probably one of the worst import junglers. And that is so fucking crazy to say. And I think a lot of people don't want to publicly say that because, one, Rush is a really nice guy. And two, Rush is a fan favorite. So whenever you talk shit about a fan favorite, then you're going to receive criticism. But Rush has not been playing well in NA. I think a lot of his builds are questionable. I think a lot of his decision making is questionable. And I think questionable decision making is actually a trait of Rush that was still happening back in 2015 when he won MVP. It's just he was so mechanically ahead of every other jungler that he would be able to outplay a lot of the situation, and that's what really made Rush Rush. Okay, a good kill on Xmithy there. Yeah, that was like a glimpse of the old Rush right there. But yeah, like in 2015, and when Rush was Rush, like when he was getting MVP, he was incredible playmaker. Like his Lee Sin was insane, his Nidalee was insane. There was a lot of skill expression in the jungle, and Rush was head and shoulders above the other junglers. Oh wow, that Q first into E and canceling on Xmithy E. Xmithy had to flash the Rush's E instead of trying to Q out of it, and that's what got him killed. Yeah. Kind of blasphemous of me to say, but if I take feelings out of it, Rush has not been good this split at all. Yeah, that's why it's so troll to. So whenever you ult the Jace as a Sylas, you actually get to switch forms and you actually get to use his skills. Does picking Sylas stop the other team from picking certain champions because they not wanted to steal their ults like Alistar? Yeah, for sure. It doesn't completely stop them, but it's something you think about, definitely. I think even if the enemy team has a Sylas, you still would take an Alistar because Alistar is a really good champ in the meta right now, but you would still think twice about it, and it's something you have to worry about. I think Rush and Phoenix are very hard players to coach. Because both players have they have things that they're extremely good at. They're very strong mechanically. They have their own idea about the game, and they have a certain way they want to play. So, oh man, these kind of ganks failing. Like when these ganks fail on an Israel and Israel's able to get a lot of these return damage on you, it feels so bad. Like even though it was Fox investing more into bot lane, right? TL's going to be able to push out and back. But going back on to coaching Rush and Phoenix, I think these types of players are you either win through them or you just lose through them. And they're definitely not winning through them, so they're going to lose through them a lot. And it's really hard to control. Also, picking Jace and then this kind of shit happening versus Sylas where you're forced to burn your flash early, you're not able to snowball onto Sylas. That's what fucking feels bad. If you play Jace like this, then you're not really playing Jace. And you're going to be half a champion for the whole game. Yeah, Rush should be helping top lane much as possible and forcing the 2v2 much as possible. You feel like Phoenix still has his high size, but Rush lost a lot of his high size. Yeah, he's not as mechanically as sharp as he used to be. Or maybe he is. He's just not getting the lead on the opponents. Solo's doing his best to try to chunk out impact, but he has fucking ninja tabbies and Seeker's arm guard. He can't do shit. That Jace lane is fucking over. Phoenix does look better. Switching to Jace form and just fucking smashing the other Jace's head. Oh, it feels so bad to be solo. I've been there before. You play Jace. Rush playing to bot side. What is Echo Fox doing? Why do you play Jace and Kench or not Jace and Jack and not play towards the Jace? Like, what are they playing towards? Like, what is this going to accomplish for them? Kai said Blade of the Ruin King first, going on hit build instead of going crit build. I also think it's not that great. This game isn't realistically over. Because it's Echo Fox, it feels over. They're not able to snowball. They don't know what the fuck they're playing for. Off seasons where a new team wants you can really humble a player, but it can also make them more stubborn. And I think for a lot of players, it made them more stubborn. Echo Fox on, like, how Man, watching Echo Fox just confuses the hell out of me. Cause they have good players. Their game plan is just so whack. They're playing towards top side. They're playing towards Jason Jack, and it's not doing anything for them. Why play towards Jason Jack? It's literally not doing anything for you. They're not playing towards top side. They're trying to accomplish things around mid lane, but Phoenix has a slight lead. That's about it. And whenever they tried to do something bot, it actually became worse for them. Okay, getting this kill on double's nice. Also, another thing, I think Doublelift has been a little bit worse than he has in the last few years. He's definitely not as dominant as he used to be, and he's more mistake prone. But having Core JJ and Jensen on his team is hiding a lot of that. It's hard to say if Sneaky or Zben or even Bang are better ADs than Double, because I still think Double is the best AD and the AD I would most likely want on my team. But there are a lot of times where Double's been making mistakes. And it's getting shored up by having Jensen and Core JJ on the team. Bro, it's solo. What do you expect? I expect that if your team drafts Jace, you play towards the Jace. Then don't pick the Jace. If you're not going to play towards the Jace, then don't fucking pick the Jace. That's my problem. My problem is, and that's just Double making the mistake there. Why do you draft these comps, Echo Fox? If you're not going to play towards the Jace, then don't fucking pick the Jace. Pick something else. Okay, so this is the state of the lane with Jace getting little to no help and Impact being able to kill the Jace with a jungler gank. Imagine the situation with Switch where Jace was able to get a lot of help. Not from a Jack, but from a Lee Sin. If Jace is able to get a lot of help from the Lee Sin and actually able to pressure a topside, game looks so different. It's just, Echo Fox drafts don't really make sense to me. How Echo Fox plays the game doesn't really make sense to me. They're very... I feel like they give in to players way too much. I feel like a certain player wants something, they're like, sure, you can have it. Another player wants something, sure, you can have it. And you get so much disjointed situation. So probably Solo's like, oh, I want to play Jace. They let him play Jace. Rush is like, I want to play Zac. Okay, you can play Zac. And then you get these kind of comps where I don't understand like what the fuck you're trying to do with the comp and like what you're trying to accomplish. You had a makings of a poke comp with a Zoe and a Jace. That's great. I can see where this comp wants to go. Zoe and a Jace, Kai'Sa Braum into Israel. I can understand all these. I see where your comp wants to go. And then you suddenly lock in a Zac, and then you start playing towards bot lane instead of top lane, and then I'm fucking speechless. Why do this? Like, what's the point of doing this? Does vertical jungling happen in NALCS? Yeah, of course. And vertical jungling happens in competitive play. Vertical jungling did not start in solo queue. Vertical jungling started in competitive play. And it used to be called splitting size. TL pressuring the Baron after they get that kill on Rush. Also, one thing that's really commendable about TL is they're so disciplined whenever it comes to stuff like this. I think a lot of teams just say finish Baron there. Instead, TL choosing to not finish Baron and just backing off a situation that can turn out bad. These aspects, TL improved a lot from last split. Last split, TL, I think would have tried to finish that Baron. This split, TL, super good about, oh, this situation is kind of shitty, we're going to back off. Oh, our flash, and then kill Zac here. Solo can't win the 1v1. Ugh, pick the 1v1 champion and can't win the 1v1. Feels bad, man. Never get help as a Jace. What is my life? They're trying so hard to engage onto mid lane, which I do think is correct. If you're versus the Orianna, you need to open on mid lane as a Zac. But the game, like, you can't... It's not enough. Like, Jensen has Flash, Jensen has Cleanse, Jensen has Banshees even. Jensen itemized properly because he knows, hey, I'm going to get targeted by the Zac a lot. And even early game, they couldn't have really targeted Jensen that hard. A lot of things not making sense. Dardoch said Lorlo should start. Of course, Josh. Or let's watch this team fight, and I can talk about Lorlo over Solo or Solo over Lorlo. Let's watch this fight. I actually do want to talk about the game, not just random stuff. Oh my god, what's Solo's location here? So Solo pushing this when he knows that they can be split push dot pawn. Getting caught there when other people can pushing. And remember what I talked about, Zac can't engage on the Israel. Israel always able to jump out, and the fight is over because the carries were in the wrong spot. Okay. Oh my god, Echo Fox frustrates me so much. They're one of the most undisciplined teams in LCS, and I hate undisciplined teams, and I hate coaching undisciplined players, and I hate watching undisciplined play. What I think about undisciplined play and what I think about undisciplined players are just like kids in basketball and soccer that are just bigger than other people in high school, and then like you can literally push people around because you're sizably bigger and get away with it, and you don't really develop technique and you don't really refine your game. That's how I feel about a lot of Echo Fox. Here's how I feel about Solo over Lorlo and Lorlo over Solo. I think Lorlo is a better mechanical player than Solo. He can build his leads better than Solo. But Sam is also a very, very one-dimensional player, and how he likes to play with his lead and how he feels like he should snowball with his lead is super one-dimensional and super narrow, and he doesn't play for the team as much, and he doesn't understand the map as much, and he doesn't understand team comp as much as Solo does. So a lot of times, even though Solo is the worst player, Solo is more okay with playing tanks, and Solo functions better as a carry than Sam because Solo isn't as demanding of resource and can understand the map a little bit better. So Solo ends up becoming the more effective player. I think in the future, if Sam or Lorlo can actually develop and read the game better and understand the game better, then it would be much, much better for Lorlo to start, and Lorlo would become a much better player. But talking to Lorlo and coaching Lorlo, Sam, why Lorlo is really not growing that much and not improving that much is Lorlo thinks of himself really, really highly, and he thinks he's at a certain level, and he thinks he understands things that he doesn't understand, so he doesn't improve that much, and he stagnates a lot. I think if Lorlo viewed situations a little bit differently and felt like he had a lot to learn, I think he would improve a lot, because Sam's really smart, but it's really hard to put water into a cup that's full. And Sam is currently a water that's full. So he needs to kind of dump out the water and start learning things. It feels so bad to be Jason, this kind of side lane. You can't even fucking side lane because of the Kench. And you're not even getting help, and you're not even getting to push as the Jace, so a lot of things are just feels bad, man. Sam has the best KDA and Academy. Dude, Academy and LCS are completely different. And I think Lorlo is a top class Academy player and a bottom tier LCS player. And that's not what a lot of teams want. A top class Academy player and a bottom tier LCS player, that's golden glue. Dude, you put fucking golden glue in Academy, golden glue is fucking god in Academy. But that's not what teams are looking for on LCS teams. Also, TL doing a lot more 1-3-1 than they normally do, which is nice to see. So someone asked me, hey, is TL making improvements week to week? They are playing 1-3-1 a bit more. Not extremely, but they are playing a little bit more 1-3-1 style. I'm a cat IRL. Thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub. You are the first cat subscriber. Now TL can just control Baron and finish out the game. TL's super methodical about controlling Baron. Dude, if I had to bet my life on a single team controlling Baron, I would actually bet it on TL. TL is actually one of the best in the world when it comes to controlling Baron because they're super methodical about it. I think even compared to like LCK teams, they're good at controlling Baron. They're so methodical about doing it. TL is not the most versatile team in NA. Cloud9's the most versatile. Cloud9 plays 1-3-1 way better than TL. Cloud9 plays way more variety of champions than TL. Cloud9 is able to carry from top lane, which is something TL isn't able to do. Cloud9's, I wouldn't say the better team, but they're definitely the more versatile team. Well, they're actually running the split push properly. Impact pressuring, and they can't send anyone to deal with Impact because Colin's dead. Oof. The side lane control is actually so problematic. TL can win off side lane control. TL can win off 5v5. There's so many things TL can win off of. Oh, the Element Ninja donated. I'll check your donation after this game. Because I'm also doing this on YouTube, or it's going to go on YouTube. So a little bit awkward to check it during the game. But thank you so much for the donation. Yeah, they can't deal with the Silas, and TL's gonna make sure they have both lanes pushed up before they even touch Baron. Just when TL's ahead, they don't do random stuff. They're so good about not doing random stuff. It's something that a lot of NA teams and even LEC, I would say even LCK teams have problems with, doing random shit when you're ahead and not being patient. And TL's the one team that's so good about, hey, we're not gonna play random, we're gonna play standard no matter how ahead we are. How would a best of 5 versus G2 and TL go? I think G2 would win. TL is way too rigged, and they can only win in one way. Yep. See how they did Baron? Like, there's just no chance of Fox contesting it at all. Oh, that's game. Alright, we can check the donation. Do you think TL has a chance at Worlds if they continue to play this reactionary NA style and focus on late game team fights, or do you think they will flop again like they did last year? I think if TL continues to play this style, they'll dominate in NA and they'll struggle in international. But depending on how the bootcamp goes, right? Here's your reality as an NA team. You're worse than other regions and you go to an international tournament, you scrim much as possible and you try to catch up. You're worse than other regions, so you have to be like, please give us the scrims. And then you learn, and then you try to catch up much as possible. So I do think they'll struggle internationally, but depending on how much they can learn and how much they can progress while they are at the international event, you can improve.